previously on St. Elsewhere.
We unanimously elect you Endicott's our hospital's first family.
There is recent evidence that surgery may prolong your life.
Her vitals are dropping like a rock. Damn it, Carly, you're killing her. Now get it right.
Wayne just said you said it's all right for him to take me out?
No, it's not. I want to be with Wayne.
Well, I want to be with Clancy.
I want to be with Boomer.
I want to be with Mona.
Check the test, Bobby. Positive HTLV3 antibodies.
I've got AIDS.
Do you have anything else to do?
Yes, sir. Oh, Dr. Westfall. Actually, I've been waiting to talk to you, sir.
What for?
Today's the day you're going to give me my community service assignment?
Yep. Alec, do you have a quarter?
No. He's good for it.
Yes, sir.
Let me say, sir, that I'm ready, willing, and able to do my volunteer best.
Clear. Oh, he's in VTAC, damn it. Well, not now, Mom. Okay, this one bicarb will score again, huh? No, it's not now, Dad. I can do it, okay? I can do it. I can do it. If you just had a rhythm and...
Dr. Chandler. Dr. Chandler.
No.
You were dreaming. What? The patient live?
I don't know.
Well, you wouldn't believe all the people coming in and out of this hospital. I mean, there's reporters, FBI, Secret Service. Dead Endicott's are big news.
That's what it was in a dream. Senator Endicott. I kept telling Douglas his father was dead, and I kept trying to tell him, but no words came out.
Looked like you made the history books yesterday. Presidential candidate assassinated, and you pronounced it.
You know, in the dream, I was the one who pulled the trigger.
So, where are you sending me, sir? Talented doctor with surgical skills and a splash of OBGYN and probably needed all over town.
Southside Youth Center.
Team doctor, sports medicine, plenty of injuries, good.
You'll be giving a series of lectures on health and hygiene to the kids. Most of them truants and dropouts.
Oh. Well, fine. Great.
Be there at noon, huh?
Okay. With bells on, sir. Give entirely of my medical insight and personal experience. Why didn't he stay in Africa? Excuse me.
You better not be taking that to on-call.
A public CPR class. I'm filling in for Dr. Kiley through his back out, kickstarting the trial.
I want a flag on my father's casket whenever it is in public.
Are they moving the senator?
Douglas wants the autopsy done at Bethesda.
Office need to keep the constituency reassured. I want us to come across strong and composed. Call me back in 45. All right. I'll need a place for a press conference later. And I'm having our lawyers check on the hospital's liability. Security around here is pretty lax. How's my grandmother?
Stable? Resting?
Good.
When do you plan to tell her what happened?
Well, is she well enough to handle the news?
She's sleeping after her pain medication. I'd like her to have a little more time.
All right, look, I've got a lot of arrangements to make. You doctors know more about her health, so why don't you deliver the news when the time is right?
Augusta has wit. Gordon had savvy, but that one? What's the opposite of charisma?
How's the knee?
Oh, it's okay, I guess.
I started making a list of my sexual contacts. Went all the way back to the beginning just for the hell of it. Jeannie Downing. First girl I ever fell in love with. She, wore pink lipstick, chewed cinnamon gum. I started carrying her cello, and then, one day I kissed her, and then one day she let me put my hand underneath her sweater. Nothing there, but I'll never forget the feeling. I love women, Jack. That's why I'm having this trouble now. Always was attracted to nice girls. But when I couldn't find them, I locked my wallet, my watch in the glove compartment and headed for the combat zone. You know, I always thought I'd get nailed by a stroke. Something with my heart.
I've scheduled you for ceramic treatments once a week. You know about the side effects.
Hope this stuff works.
Well, it's supposed to slow up the virus.
Antivirals or pop guns against AIDS. All we're doing is buying a few more sexless, sleepless nights.
You told anybody besides Westfall?
Not exactly the kind of thing you advertise.
I'll be back to check on you later.
Waste.
Can I get you something? You really should rest. Mrs. Endicott?
Who's there?
It's Nurse Rosenthal, and you're doing fine. Your grandson is here. I brought your grandmother's rings back. She was concerned about having them removed before surgery. I can understand why. Mark, you asked me to let you know when Mrs. Endicott's awake. Vitals all stable.
Arterial and wedge pressures are normal. Heart is in regular sinus rhythm.
Michael is with her. He's in pretty rough shape.
Witnessed his father's murder. FBI kept him awake all night asking questions.
Poor kid.
Better go in. I'll tell her if you like.
I can handle it.
As chief of services, it's probably my task to perform.
She's my patient.
She's my friend.
Just stay in the background. I'll do the talking.
What happened to your hand?
Mrs. Endicott?
Augusta, how are you feeling?
A little confused.
That's natural after bypass surgery.
No. Something's wrong. Where's everyone? Maggie and Jay. Where's your father? It's Gordon. This time.
Last night, he was shot.
My son.
Okay, let's everybody listen up now. Squeezing and poking may give you a good marrow splash now and then, but the best weapon against these papules, pustules, and cysts is vigorous facial washing. Mouth St. Helens? No. An angry blackhead. Question.
Yeah. My girlfriend's Catholic and she won't take the pill. What should I do?
We're talking about teenage acne here, not mortal sins. That'll be next week.
Okay, I promise not to pick my face, but I need some advice.
Nobody likes showering in a raincoat, but it sure beats missing the prom because you couldn't find a babysitter.
How old are you when you lost your virginity?
When one loses one's virginity depends upon a lot of things. Emotional maturity, sexual development, luck.
So how old were you?
Gee, that was a long time ago.
What, 16, 17?
Yeah.
Which? 16 or 17?
23. Okay, fine. Time for physicals. Louis Appleton. Louis Appleton, Louis Lauster.
Right here.
You're in the wrong group, Sonny. Elementary program starts next week.
I'm 15, you dweeb.
Look, I've got a lot of other future convicts to examine here. I don't have time for games. Run along now. Shoot.
This is my group. I'm 15. Will you ask anybody?
Okay, fine. I tried to pass myself off in a few taverns when I was your age, too. Okay, what was the year before the year you were born?
1970.
This way. On the scale, please. Take that. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, 85 pounds. 4'1", small for your age.
It's the way I am, okay?
Fine, up in the table. Your general health okay?
I can take you.
The average height for a boy of 15 is 5'5", unless you're a Gurkha.
If you don't believe me, you can cut off my arm and count the rings.
Repeat. Just the same, I'd like to take you into the hospital for some tests.
I hate hospitals.
Well, I just don't want to see you playing Little League the rest of your life.
Nothing wrong with being short.
As long as Disney's hiring. Hey, come on, I'm just kidding. Louis! What did I say?
You set Louis off, huh?
Hurt the little guy's feelings.
Hey, it doesn't take much.
You know, I was sent down here to give myself to the community. Bring medicine to the masses. Help, not humiliate. Failed my responsibility. Dr. Westfall probably never took shots at starving Zulus.
Well, you're a sensitive type, huh?
I've tried to be. How about getting on the scale?
How about you watch?
Okay, minutes up, check for a pulse. Not too far out. Here. Okay, no pulse, start your breaths. Okay, back to compressions, find the xiphoid process. Harder. You know, I was really surprised to see you here.
Signed up last week.
Keep your shoulders over the victim. Listen, I've been trying to get up enough nerve to ask you out. I mean, after Jack's birthday. Breaths and keep going. So what do you say?
Hey, the dummy will die.
I don't care about Jack. Okay, you just broke the guy's ribs. So is that a yes?
Yes.
Great, you can stop now.
She just put me through all that to get a date.
Well, if you can do a good job with me distracting you, you'll have it licked when it comes to the real thing.
You're a strange guy, Fiscus.
That's what you like about me, isn't it?
Yes.
Class dismissed.
Luther! Mrs. Endicott's family Bible is missing from her room. Will you check the cleaning staff?
A lot of stuff's missing. The senator's clothes disappeared from the morgue.
Who would want bloody clothes?
Government cover-up, maybe?
Of what?
Who knows? Warren heard the senator didn't really die. Just a vegetable hidden on the 6th floor. He's checking it out.
Jack, that treatment we scheduled for next week, cancel it. The patient doesn't want to continue treatment.
Hey, Bob. Heard you're having your scar removed.
Change my mind, Fiscus.
You want a second opinion?
No, keeping it. That's who I am.
I liked you better when you were just another pretty face.
Lay off him, Fiscus.
Anything you say, Mom.
Wayne, Bob has got AIDS.
Brush up on your punchlines, Boomer.
I'm serious. I've been treating him.
No way.
Oh, I can't stand seeing Graham cry.
Are you packed yet? You're taking the 5 o'clock shuttle to Washington to help Aunt Meg.
No, I'm staying here with Graham.
She's taken care of. I'm looking into moving her tomorrow. We need you elsewhere.
Would you just stop ordering me around?
Sarah, will you get a hold of yourself, please? The limo will pick you up in an hour.
Let me help you. In the emergency room, they pull back the curtain. And Michael's chest was all open. His face was blue. They just couldn't stop it bleeding.
Yes, all right. Take it easy. All right, just breathe with it. How long have you been having contractions?
Every few hours. Started last night.
Can I have a wheelchair, please, right now? Just relax. You'll be all right.
We're holding a press conference this afternoon at 4. You'll get all your questions about Mrs. Endicott answered then. Come in. No pictures. Bye.
Hi.
Hi.
Busy day.
Yeah, worse than the heat during Dr. Craig's transplant. The hospital's closed to the press, so they're all calling me.
Maybe I'll come back later.
What do you need?
Personal.
It's okay, if you don't mind interruptions. Have a seat.
You look good. How you been?
I've been terrific.
Engaged.
Yeah. Comes complete with a cottage in Marshfield and 2 children from his first marriage. Instant family.
Cute kids.
I love them. We laugh, share secrets.
I had a great month off. Up to Mountain Tears Farm. Cattle, horses. Wow, right there on the Chesapeake.
I remember hearing you talk about the oysters.
Took my frustrations out chopping firewood. Ran 6 miles a day. Damn roosters got me up to crack of dawn. I'd never hurt you, Joan. I swear, you've got to believe that.
I'm not holding a grudge. I feel the same way about you.
I've got AIDS.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, Bobby, I am so sorry. Is there anything I can do?
Well, it'd probably be a good idea for you to get a blood test, but I'm sure you have no reason to worry.
Oh, my God.
If the HTLV3 study shows the presence of antibodies, I'd recommend a T-cell count. I'm sorry. I really am sorry.
How's your hand?
It hurts.
Can you look at it?
It's okay. Listen, I'm sorry about breaking the glass the other day. I'll send you a check.
I've done a few things like that in my lifetime, too, you know. Broke a telephone once.
Oh, aren't you gonna offer your condolences? I mean, everybody else has. Some guy I've never even seen before told me he felt like he just lost a good friend.
A lot of people admired your father, you know.
Well, I got my test back. Dr. Chandler says I've got the family curse. Hemochromatosis. To drain off a pint of blood each week.
Phlebotomy will bring your iron levels back to normal.
Open up the veins and let out all the evil spirits. Bloodletting. Like the Dark Ages. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? You fall into the thorns, you bleed. That's what people want from us. I stood there and watched my father get blown away. I heard him die. I was standing in his blood. I don't want any more of this family. It's time to hit the silk. I am gone!
Who's there?
Is Lewis home?
Who wants to know?
Dr. Victor Ehrlich from the Southside Youth Center.
I'm Lewis's father. What's the problem?
Donald told me about the diagnosis. It's a damn tough break.
Step upper lip, right?
What's this I hear about you staying?
Gonna work till I can't.
Are you out of your mind? Have you had your teeth cleaned lately? Dentists are wearing masks and gloves. Nobody's fooling around with this thing.
What am I supposed to do, fold the tent and walk away?
Everybody you touch will have to be told.
My medical status is confidential.
In this place, are you kidding? When the word gets out, we'll be able to fire a cannon down the hall without hitting a patient. Bobby, I don't take any pleasure asking you to leave. I brought you up here from Duke myself. But for crying out loud. What's it been, 2 years? Doesn't make any difference. You're still out.
Understand something. I'm the one who'll decide when it's time to leave this hospital. Not you.
Sent Lewis to the bakery outlet. Didn't seem to be sick.
Ah, thank you.
Your son's general health seems to be fine, but I'm concerned about Lewis's height, or lack of it. He's not growing normally.
Lewis is not like us. He's just short.
May not be talking genetics here. There's many different kinds of dwarfism. Chondroplastic, micromelic, rachitic, renal, pituitary. The beat goes on. Some conditions are treatable, some aren't. I'd like to bring him into St. Eligius and see what we're up against.
Look, we took Louis to a doctor last year. He told us there was nothing we could do except let nature take its course.
Yeah, and he charged us $200.
Did the guy take x-rays, run the proper blood tests?
For that kind of dough, he should have taken us to dinner and a movie. Dr. Ehrlich, when I was a kid, my parents dragged me to all sorts of specialists. They ran electricity through my bones. They put me in traction. They even tried to stretch my legs.
They did everything except wave a magic wand over Vern. We do not want to put our son through that kind of torture.
You build his hopes up just to have him knocked down? No thanks. The best thing we can do for Louis is just help him accept who the hell he is.
Sage parental counseling, but if we can correct Lewis's problem.
Problem? To you, maybe it's a problem. To us, it's just the way we are.
Yes, we're different, not handicapped.
What is in it for you? Are you working on commission?
Hey, I know what it's like to be set apart, cast adrift by one's peers. I towered over everyone in the 3rd grade. The humiliation, the name-calling, the bitter sting.
All right. We'll think it over.
Thanks for listening to reason. Well, I hate to sip and run, but duty calls. Leonardo da Vinci.
It's a reproduction.
Mrs. Endicott, I'm Dr. Chandler. I thought you'd like to know that your granddaughter just had a son.
Are they all right?
Yes. The baby was a little early, but everyone's fine.
Good news. Thank God. When can I see them?
Well, she's in recovery.
Oh.
Sarah just had a baby.
Why wasn't I notified?
Well, there wasn't enough time. She had an emergency C-section.
Family should have been consulted.
Douglas.
All right, Phil, would you call our press secretary and give him the details? He'll want to get a release out.
Sarah and the little boy are fine.
It's not like I'm promiscuous or a drug user. I don't deserve this.
We're dealing with an infectious disease, not punishment for moral backsliding. I have the results for you in the morning.
And I'm supposed to sleep tonight?
Joan, could you speak to the lawyers about our liability in the senator's death?
Not yet.
You have a moment then. Getting your marriage license already?
No, I'm just, having a few tests done.
Saw young Pete here the other day. Had on a cap much like the one I used to wear. Ear flaps.
Even if you were exposed to the virus, the chances are pretty good that you won't develop the disease.
How long before I'd show symptoms?
Why don't we wait till we get the results before we worry about that?
Jack, stop being calming and supportive. I want to know what I'm up against.
The incubation period could be anywhere from 1 to at least 5 years.
And then you die.
Mr. Howard Hurd, please see the cashier. Mr. Howard Hurd, please see the cashier.
What a day.
You're not kidding. This place has been a zoo.
Aftermath of a national tragedy. A cakewalk compared to what I've been through. Ridiculed by hoodlums, watch got stolen, anger at an elven family.
What the hell are you doing?
Hey, listen, I got a couple of 20s.
What's in the bag?
Hey, no harm done.
It's Endicott's Bible.
That's a piece of history you're holding there.
Get the hell out of here.
I take it easy.
Get out of
I'm a
here.
collector.
Get out of here, sicko!
Hey.
Curari, heavy class 3. Death in a bottle. Got enough here to take out 8 or 10 of your closest enemies. What are you gonna do with all this?
Patient's got a headache.
What a cure it for good.
And get him to nurse it first. Kept putting the nipple in his mouth. He'd push it out. You'd start again.
My youngest wouldn't get near me when he was born, but your baby seems to have the right idea. I'll be right back.
He's an endicott, all right. Noble brow, patrician nose. Sarah, what I said the other day about your baby being more fodder for the family curse. I'm sorry. Got you this downstairs.
Sure.
She's got a little baby, too. Take care.
Where are you going?
I'll let you know when I get there. St. Paul, New Jersey, it doesn't matter.
You told Graham?
Not yet. Hey, you. Long life and loud music.
Goodbye, Michael.
Wayne, what's the green stuff growing in your bathtub?
I don't know. It was here when I moved in.
Well, for your next birthday, you're getting a cleaning lady.
It's gonna want hazard pay.
Candlelight, soft music. This is a first-class seduction. You don't have to look away. I'm about to get into bed with you.
Well, I'm trying to rediscover old-fashioned romance. I like a surprise.
Bodies are a variation on a theme.
Your variation is warm.
Your feet are cold. Starting to think this was never going to happen. And then whenever I was interested in you, you had the heat for what's her name.
What about you and Boomer?
At his birthday party, I started thinking that we ought to give it another try, you know, but it wouldn't work. Boomer's like a brother. Anyway, here we are.
On the threshold of a great about time.
And I couldn't be happier. I really have fun with you.
Will you respect me in the morning?
It depends.
Dear, what's the problem?
I didn't mean to. You have to help me.
It's okay.
I was gonna take a bath and
Take it easy.
I started the tub and my friend called and I forgot all about it. And now there's water everywhere.
I know.
It got in your place too. I'm sorry. I'll pay back, I promise.
Hey, it was an accident.
They're gonna kill me. I told my mom and dad I was old enough and I didn't need a sitter. And now they'll never trust me again.
They don't have to know. We'll clean it up.
You'll really help me?
Sure. Just let me get a mop.
Thank you.
Hold it. I'm coming down with a cold. Don't want you to catch anything. No more tears, okay?
Have you had a blood test for AIDS?
What?
I decided to get myself tested today.
Do you think you have AIDS?
No, I don't know. I don't know if I want to know.
Then why did you have the test?
Paranoid? Someone in the hospital has the disease. A friend of mine. Straight as far as I know.
Where do you think you could have gotten AIDS?
You know, they say people are at risk as far back as 77. I was in college.
I was learning to make paste.
BD was no BD. They were handing out penicillin like it was candy at the university clinic.
People I'm in college with are more interested in getting into law school.
Free love was our birthright. Nobody ever told us there'd be a price.
Douglas, please stop pacing.
Mrs. Endicott, what is this nonsense about your leaving? I never okayed a transfer.
I'm concerned about my grandmother's security in this hospital, and I would feel more comfortable.
Your comfort doesn't concern me. Her safety does. Your condition is stable, but the next few days is a critical post-op period.
We've already set up a hospital suite at the compound.
Graham, I gotta talk to you.
Michael, what do you think? Should I stay here at St. Eligius or recuperate in the Cape?
Well, that's up to you.
You have everything you need here.
Except salt air.
I do miss my blue water view. I wonder if you'd see to the arrangements for me, Dr. Craig.
Against medical advice and over my strong objection.
Duly noted.
You should listen to your doctors and not to these pretenders to the throne.
You think you could manage a clean lacrosse jersey for Dad's funeral?
Douglas, will you stop? You've done nothing but make demands and give orders.
Well, somebody has to keep this family together. Because God knows it's coming apart at the seams.
Browbeating is not leadership. People look to the Endicott's to encourage and inspire. We've won their trust and respect. Instead of seizing it through self-importance.
What more do you want from me? My father died too.
You shouldn't be so hard on him.
Even when you were a small child, your grandfather recognized your compassion.
Grandma, I came to say goodbye.
I see. If you leave, you have my blessing. But know one thing about being an Endicott. You bring the burden and the gift of your legacy into every situation. They can't be left behind.
Hop on up there, give me that robe. Sorry about the low blows before. No hard feelings, I hope.
I didn't like you yesterday, and you have not improved with age. So why don't you just can the chat and cut to the chase? How long before I get a crack at Miss 5'5"?
Assuming you're a candidate for the synthetic growth hormones, have the injections 3 times a week for 9 months. Wait 3 months, then continue the shots. Should clock in at 5'5" by the time you're 17. Hey! Wait till I'm in the fallout shelter.
Hey, am I gonna grow all over in proportion? My hands, my feet, my,
Lewis, come on. We're not breeding bulls here. Go ahead.
Tim, you got the test results on patient 135720. 135720.
Who's the blonde?
Joan Halloran.
Ice Maiden of Hospital Services? Hey, Joan. Tim Treadway. Guy who sends you the hate mail about the busted Coulter counter? Joan, are you going to do something about getting a new one during this millennium, maybe?
We're a little backed up right now.
Oh, you're backed up. So I have to pipette my own blood samples, find a microscope that's working, and go blind counting platelets.
Tim.
You know what they call 500 bureaucrats at the bottom of the Charles River? A start. Here it is. HTLV3 antibody assay. I've got to go to the bathroom.
Clean as a whistle.
I'm only going along with this because you insisted.
It's a couple of tests. What's the big deal?
I just don't want Louis to be part of a science experiment.
I've got some bad news. Louis won't be able to wear your hand-me-downs, Mr. Appleton. The x-rays are normal. Growth plates in the bones are open. We can start him on growth hormones ASAP.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, dear.
Yeah, I won't be a shrimp anymore.
Did you hear that? Shrimp. That's what he's going to be calling his old man.
You want what's best for your son, don't you?
Of course I do. He's my son.
Then what's the problem?
Louis is starting to talk about girls lately. Do you think he's going to want to bring them home to meet us?
You're a family. If you love each other, I don't see what's going to change.
When I was a boy, there was a kid on my street. His parents were from Italy, and they had an accent. He was ashamed of them. Every time his mother called him for dinner, he acted as if he didn't know who they were.
Wait a second. Louis, come here. Come down. Okay. Now this is where he's going to be by summer. Here by graduation. What's the difference?
I'll always look up to you, Dad.
Came to say goodbye.
Sorry to run out in such short notice, Donald.
Where you headed?
California. Kind of worked part-time in an AIDS hospice. Spend the rest of the day reading. Shakespeare, history, all the great novels. Everything that I didn't have time to do because I was too busy studying science. Single malt. Good stuff. On me.
Thank you.
I almost saved myself the trouble of packing last night, Donald. 50 cc's of curare and half a liter of IV saline. Swift and painless.
Yet we spend most of our lives wondering how we're going to die. When, why. But instead of just sitting there waiting for the end, we keep moving.
Guess maybe I'm lucky. I already know when. Makes living easier. I only got so much time left. Free to put my house in order. Bye, Donald. Good luck.
Gran didn't miss a thing foregoing labor. I was 30 hours having your father.
How are you feeling?
Oh, my age.
Doug's on his way to Washington.
You and I will miss the funeral.
Miss Endicott, could I get a picture of you? I mean, you and I together.
Luther, please.
Daniel, it's all right.
Okay, just one more like this.
That's enough, Luther.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here comes your first great-grandchild.
Oh, let's see this child of urgency.
There you go.
Oh. Oh. Gordon Franklin Endicott Preston. 4 names is a bit much. There's no greater grief for a woman than the loss of a child. I've lost 3. 3 babies that raised me more than I raised them. So wrong to have outlived them. God seems to pin me between hope and despair. Let this child be the legacy of hope. And drop one of his names.